Hi guys, welcome back to page 3 of the Ratio 1:8 shadow test. Let's have a look at number 17. A dishwasher is reduced in price from £420 to £357. Work out the percentage price decrease. So one way we could do this is to do the new price divided by the old price. I'll do this two different ways, show you two different methods, and that would give a multiplier. So the new price is 357, the old price is 420. Let's see what that gives us. So 0.85. Now the final thing left to do is to think about what percentage reduction you would be doing if you times by 0.85, and that is a 15% reduction. The other way to do these questions is to actually figure out the change in price. So 420 minus 357 is £63. Let me just write down the method actually first. So change divided by original price times 100. So the decrease was 63, the original price is 420. Just check that gives us the same amount. Yeah, there you go. Okay, number 18. Barry made 60 cupcakes for the school fair. He sold 60% of them at 60p each and the remaining 40% at 40p each, and they cost him £20 to make. Work out his percentage profit. So percentage profit is like percentage change. You just divide your overall takings by your overall costs and then times by 100. Okay, so 60% of 60 cupcakes is 0.6 times 60, and that would give 36 cupcakes at 60p each. And that would be £21.60 taken from those. The remaining 40% of 60, we could use this method again that we used here to work out what that is, but if I know that 60% was 36, then I know there's 24 left. 24 sold at 40p each. So that contributes £9.60. So the overall money taken, or money received, is £31.20, I think. Yep. And the cost was £20, so the profit is 31.2. Sorry, actually I'll do this the other way, because I think most people. So the profit was £11.20. Percentage profit is £11.20 divided by the costs times 100. %56 profit. Okay, number 19. The cost of a microwave is reduced by 15% in a sale, and the reduced price is this. What was the original price? So this is a reverse percentage problem. Again, I'm going to show you two ways of doing it. Method 1 is to state what percentage this is. If it's been reduced by 15%, then the remaining amount is 85%. So 85% is equal to £204. So we need to get back to 100%. And on the way I'm going to find what 1% is. So to do that I need to divide by 85 and then times by 100. So 1% is £2.40, so 100% would be £240. So that's the first method. There's another method if you're good with your percentage multipliers. I like to use this method. The original price was times by something to reduce it by 15%, and that would be 0.85. And that gave us an overall price of 204. So to work backwards with this, to find the original cost, I would divide 204 by 0.85. Okay, and it will actually get bigger if we divide by something less than 1. There we go, you get the same answer. Okay, an antique clock's price increases by 40% in a year. It now costs £112. What was it worth last year? So same as the question above, it's a reverse percentage problem. We'll use the two methods again. So method 1, what percentage is it now of its original price? Well, if we've increased it by 40%, it is 140% of what it was before. So we want to get back to 100%. We could go to 1%. We could also find 10%, which is what I'm going to do this time. So I'm going to divide by 14 here, and then times by 10. So £8 is 10%. So this clock originally cost £80. Method 2, same as above. What would we multiply the original by to increase it by 40%? It would be 1.4. So to do this backwards, we'd do 112 divided by 1.4, and that would give us that as well. Number 21. Amalia has £450 in her savings account, and the account pays 4% simple interest per year. So simple interest is just where the interest does not accumulate. You don't get interest on top of your interest like you do with compound interest. So she's going to get 4% of this in year 1, and then she's going to get the same amount in year 2, and then the same amount in year 3. So what we could just do is find 3 lots of 4%. Okay, so in other words, 12%. Okay, so to find 4%, we would multiply by 0.04, and then we're going to times that by 3. So £54 is the total amount of interest, and we just need to add that back on to 450. And that gives £504. Okay, number 22. Manish invested £1,200 in a different bank for 4 years. He earned £168 simple interest. What was the simple interest rate per annum? So annum means year. Well, as you've just seen in the previous question, you just times the amount of interest you get for 1 year by however many years to get the interest. Now, if he earned that in 4 years, let's find out what he earned in 1 year. So if we do 168 divided by 4, that would give £42 a year. So if you're getting £42 on top of your £1,200, what interest rate is that? What percentage is that? So we're going to do 42 out of 1,200 times by 100 to find the interest rate. So that's 3.5. Number 23, we've got a lead bar and we know its mass. Calculate the density. So density is related to mass and volume in the following way. So density is mass divided by volume. If you find it hard to remember that, loads of mnemonics you can use to remember that. Dinosaurs mate viciously is a good one that I've heard. Okay, we know the mass. We are asked for the density, but we don't know the volume. But should be easy enough for us to figure out. We should know how to find the volume of a cuboid. We've done that before. So that's the first thing we need to figure out. And to find the volume of a cuboid, just times the length by the width by the height in any order. And that will give us 960 cubic centimeters. Now this wants the density in grams per cubic centimeter. Here we've got kilograms, so we need to turn this into grams, and hopefully you know there are 1,000 grams in every kilogram, so that's how many grams this is. So we need to do the mass divided by the volume. Let's see what we get. 11.25. Okay, number 24. An aeroplane travels 1,500 kilometers at an average speed of 900 kilometers an hour. So this is another compound units question. Compound measures. And speed is distance over time. Or sausages don't talk. Okay, so we want time. So we cover up time and we're left with distance divided by speed. So 1,500 divided by 900, I cancel those off straight away. 15 divided by 9, both divisible by 3, 5 over 3, or 1.6 recurring. Or 1 2/3 of an hour, which is 1 hour and 40 minutes. To be honest, if you just put 1.6 recurring hours or 1 2/3 of an hour, that would be fine as well. Just don't put 1.6 on its own, because that's different. Okay, there is actually a button on your calculator here, and a lot of people don't know this. If I was to do that calculation for you again, I'll show you this. Very useful button to know. I don't actually know what it is properly for, but it can do a very interesting thing. This button here, if you press that, we know this is in hours now. This is 1.6 recurring hours. Just to show you that, look. If we press this button here, it will tell you that that is equal to 1 hour, 40 minutes, and this would be seconds, but there aren't any seconds. So it's a very useful button to know that. Okay, and number 25, a car travels at an average speed of 30 miles per hour for 30 minutes and then 50 miles per hour for 2 hours. Work out the average speed of the car over the whole journey. Now, it's not fair here just to say, well, the average of 30 and 50 is 40, because it's travelling at that higher speed for much longer, 4 times as long as it was travelling at the lower speed, so you can't just plumb for the number in the middle. What we need to do here, average speed, is equal to total distance divided by the total time. So we need to figure out the total distance covered. So in part 1 of the journey, let's call it leg 1, distance is speed times time. So we've got speed of 30. Now the time is half an hour, not 30 minutes, half an hour. We want this in hours. So 30 times 0.5, so that's 15 miles. In leg 2, same thing, distance, speed times time. So we've got the speed 50, time 2 hours, so it travelled 100 miles. So in total, the total distance is 115 miles. Total time is 2.5 hours or 2.5 hours. And that will give us our answer. .46 miles per hour. So you can see it's not 40, it's actually closer to the higher speed because they were travelling at that for longer.